What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, and in today's video we will be going over the master key system, the second half of part 18. In the last video we went over the first half, so in this video we'll be going over the second half. And as always, guys, you know, on these types of videos I go over questions and answers, questions in the beginning, answers in the end. So let's go ahead and see what we are going to learn in this reading today. So number one, what is the principle by which the means of existence is carried into effect? Number two, how is this principle brought into expression? Number three, upon what condition does the law of growth depend? Number four, what is it that we give? And number five, what do we receive? So without further ado, guys, I'm going to go straight into the second half of part 18, and then we're going to go straight into the answers once I am finished. So let's go ahead and get started. The only belief which is of any value to anyone is a belief that has been put to a test and demonstrated to be a fact. It is then no longer a belief, but has become a living faith or truth. And this truth has been put to the test by hundreds of thousands of people and has been found to be the truth exactly in proportion to the usefulness of the apparatus which they used. A man would not expect to locate stars hundreds of millions of miles away without a sufficiently strong telescope, and for this reason science is continually engaged in building larger and more powerful telescopes and is continually rewarded by additional knowledge of the heavenly bodies. So with understanding, men are continually making progress in the methods which they use to come into communication with the universal mind and its infinite possibilities. The universal mind manifests itself in the objective, through the principle of attraction that each atom has for every other atom in infinite degrees of intensity. It is by this principle of combining and attracting that things are brought together. This principle is of universal application and is the sole means whereby the purpose of existence is carried into effect. The expression of growth is met in a most beautiful manner through the instrumentality of this universal principle. In order to grow, we must obtain what is essential for our growth. But as we are at all times a complete thought entity, this completeness makes it possible for us to receive only as we give. Growth is therefore conditioned on reciprocal action. And we find that on the mental plane, like attracts like, that mental vibrations respond only to the extent of their vibratory harmony. It is clear, therefore, that thoughts of abundance will respond only to similar thoughts. The wealth of the individual is seen to be what he inherently is. Affluence within is found to be the secret of attraction for affluence without. The ability to produce is found to be the real source of wealth of the individual. It is for this reason that he who has his heart in his work is certain to meet with unbounded success. He will give and continually give, and the more he gives, the more he will receive. What do the great financiers of Wall Street, the captains of industry, the statesmen, the great corporation attorneys, the inventors, the physicians, the authors, what do each of these contribute to the sum of human happiness but the power of their thought? Thought is the energy which the law of attraction is brought into operation, which eventually manifests in abundance. The universal mind is static mind, or substance in equilibrium. It is differentiated into form by our power to think. Thought is the dynamic phase of mind. Power depends upon consciousness of power. Unless we use it, we shall lose it, and unless we are conscious of it, we cannot use it. The use of this power depends upon attention. The degree of attention determines our capacity for the acquirement of knowledge, which is another name for power. Attention has been held to be the distinguishing mark of genius. The cultivation of attention depends upon practice. The incentive of attention is interest. The greater the interest, the greater the attention. The greater the attention, the greater the interest. Action and reaction. Begin by paying attention. Before long you will have aroused interest. This interest will attract more attention, and this attention will produce more interest, and so on. This practice will enable you to cultivate the power of attention. This week, concentrate upon your power to create. Seek insight, perception. Try to find a logical basis for the faith which is in you. Let the thought dwell on the fact that the physical man lives and moves and has his being in the sustainer of all organic life, air, that he must breathe to live. Then let the thought rest on the fact that the spiritual man also lives and moves and has his being in a similar but subtler energy, upon what he must depend for life, and that as in the physical world, no life assumes form until after a seed is sown, and no higher fruit than that of the parent stock can be produced. So in the spiritual world, no effect can be produced until the seed is sown, and the fruit will depend upon the nature of the seed, so that the results which you secure depend upon your perception of law in the mighty domain of causation, the highest evolution of human consciousness. There is no thought in my mind, but it quickly tends to convert itself into a power and organize a huge instrumentality of means. Emerson. All right, guys, so that was the second half of part 18 of the Master Key System by Charles F. Hamel. So let's go ahead and get straight into the answers to the questions. So number 1, what is the principle by which the means of existence is carried into effect? The law of love. How is this principle brought into expression? By the law of growth. Number 3, upon what condition does the law of growth depend? Upon reciprocal action. The individual is complete at all times, and this makes it possible to receive only as we give. Number 4, what is it that we give? Thought. And what do we receive? Thought, which is substance in equilibrium and which is constantly being differentiated in form by what we think. All right, guys, so that is the end of the second half of part 18. In the next video, we will be going straight into the first half of part 19. And as always, if you guys enjoy that video, go ahead and smash that like button, tap the subscribe button, help us get to our current goal of 1,000 subscribers on the channel. If you have any questions, you guys can always email me directly at info@tycoontalk.xyz, or of course, leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get back to you guys as soon as possible. Let me know any topics you want me to cover or go more in depth about in the comment section below as well. And all of my links are in the description box below to socials, online store, and everything in between. Go ahead and check that out. And if you like this video, go ahead and check out the other videos on my channel where I talk about how to make money with cryptocurrency, fixing your credit, the financial markets, and much more, man. Everything in between. If you guys enjoyed this video, you will enjoy those videos. So go ahead, head on over to the playlist section on my channel, and everything will be nice and neat organized there for you guys to check out. And as always, may infinite abundance flow to you guys now and forever, my friends. I will see you again in the video tomorrow. Peace.